Welcome to the Morning Sports Report on TribLIVE Radio. Ken Laird, Guy Junker, Chris Adamski, the Buzzsaw. We're all brought to you by Invisible Fence brand, which has helped over 2 million pets enjoy their freedom in their yards so owners can relax and not worry about them running away. Schedule a free in-home consultation today. InvisibleFence.com. That's InvisibleFence.com. Good thing it's Masters Week. Every hockey player and fan in the Commonwealth will be golfing on Sunday, Guy. The Penguins are at the precipice of one of the great collapses in franchise history. Will they complete it Friday and Saturday?
No, it would be the greatest collapse in franchise. I mean, there were a lot of years where they were floundering around at the end of the season trying to get into the playoffs, but not falling from grace this fast over this short a period of time. As I said yesterday, they were 3 points from the best record or from the most points in the league on St. Patrick's Day, 3 weeks ago Saturday. This Saturday will be exactly 1 month from the day that Crosby got sick and Malkin got hurt, and it's been all crap ever since. Last night, as you know, and as we talked yesterday, I fully expected them to lose, but not like that. That defies. I don't know what you can say about that. It's absolutely incredible, and I'm not. You know me. I'm usually the voice of reason on this show. I'm not reactionary.
You are?
I would have considered firing Mike Johnston before Friday, and I don't think he should be back no matter what happens these last two games.
He looks like a man in totally over his head at this point, Buzzsaw. This team is so fragile right now, it's not even funny. They blow a 3-goal lead in regulation in a loss for the first time since 2010. They've lost 9 of 13. You covered those epic collapses of the Pirates, 1 and 2. Does this remind you of those teams?
Well, I didn't thought of the Pirates' perspective. The epic collapse. The Penguins have had some epic collapses all in the postseason over this past 5 years since winning the Cup. You had blowing a 3-2 lead against an 8 seed in Montreal the first year. The second year is blowing
3-1 on Tampa.
3-1 on Tampa. Now, and that was out Crosby and Malkin. Okay. The next year, then against Philadelphia, you allow 30 goals in a 6-game series. That's pretty epic collapse on defensively there. The following year, you score 2 goals in a series, which is an epic collapse offensively. And then the year after that, once again, you go back to blowing a 3-1 lead in a series against the Rangers. Those are all in their own ways. Epic and collapses in terms of a postseason. I think certainly the Philadelphia in the Boston series because of the way you lost them. It's not just that they're losing these playoff series, but now they get a whole new regime in here. They take this whole epic collapse to a whole other level and do it in the regular season. Back it up about 3 weeks and don't have it during a playoff series. It's and the thing is I wish. You say you couldn't see it coming. They took that 3-0 lead, and did anybody really feel comfortable? Like, well, okay, maybe they're making a statement. You're thinking maybe if they get one more, you can they took a 3-0 lead, and you're still not really feeling like, oh, this is, Crosby putting his foot down. He comes out and gets 2 points in the first period, scores 10 seconds in. The storyline could have been that he sort of seized control of things, and just for the way them to come out in the second period, and you could tell early on that second period too. It wasn't as if this was something that kind of, it was gradual in terms of allowing the 3 goals over time and a shorthanded goal to kick it off, but just the tenor changed. And Ottawa came out to start the second period. They went in the locker room knowing their season was on the line, and that's fine. And you can expect that, and you can't manufacture that emotion and that desperation, as Crosby likes to always say. He used the word desperate, and yeah, you knew Ottawa was going to do that. But for the Penguins just to not be able to match that or not be able, and you have to be impressed the way they came out the first period, that's for sure. I mean, to score 10 seconds in, and for them not to be able to sustain that then the rest of the game, I don't even know.
They have no answers. They have no answers on the bench, right, Guy? I mean, granted, they're depleted in some of these games. They were down a defenseman again, but they have no ability to lock it down. Even if they do, by some fortune, get into the postseason, they will be fodder for the Rangers or the Canadiens, right? I mean, as this team, if they win last night somehow, maybe that is a spark of confidence to change it around, and you could hope for Letang to come back, but this team is done. D-O-N-E, done. Whether it's this weekend or in the postseason's first round, they're finished.
Well, and Buzzsaw talked about the collapses in the playoffs. When you blow a 3-1 series lead, that happens in a very short period of time. And I think it's much easier to explain when you have a bad 5 days or 6 days. Those all happen in less than a week. Maybe a key injury, a couple of bad bounces, the moment. But when it happens over a month, and it happens with multiple 2-goal leads and 3-goal leads being blown. I mean, Dan Bylsma lost his job because he didn't make adjustments in the playoffs, partially. This guy can't make adjustments in a game. I mean, I did feel comfortable until the shorthanded goal last night. Because not only was it a shorthanded goal, it was a piece of crap, the kind of bounces they have not been getting, and you knew they are so fragile right now. They're like a 13-year-old girl going to their first dance. The slightest thing that goes wrong, they cannot stomach it. It drives me crazy that they don't have any more. I hate not the guts isn't the right word. Heart, whatever it is, to the first little thing that goes wrong, we lose, we give up. That's what it looked like. Now, to be fair, their season's on the line when the game starts. They've had 3 lousy games. The Flyers have embarrassed them 2 of the last 3. They've played poorly for a month. They came out with vim and voive. I mean, they had a great first period. All right. The season's on the line for Ottawa in the third period. You know you're going to have to weather a storm. They lose, their season literally is over. You asked me yesterday, was this a must-win? It was a must-win for Ottawa, or they're done. So I expected that to happen in the third period. To me, they lost the game in the second period because that's where the balance of the game was. They had the great first. Ottawa was going to have the great third. They had an opportunity to either add to the lead or at least go into the third up 3-0, which would have been enough for them to win 2, and they couldn't get out of it.